Okay, very good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So excellent job. When you're playing this, so I mean, one of the hard things about this movement is, first of all, is figuring out how to work the bowings that we've decided to do, right? Just how to coordinate with the bow, and then also how to make all the separate bows not sound all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's I mean, right there, that's like a task that can take a good part of your life to figure out. But if you think about it, so when if you think about maybe if you were slurring and how the bow would move from one end to the other, what happens if you think about that while you're playing separate bows? And then working your way all the way back to the frog. So it sounds more or less like a big up bow, right? So to do that, you have to vary the amount of bow you're using, because you can't just do one whole big up bow. So your up bows might be a little bit longer than your down bows to help you work your way back. Just see if you can do that. Just thinking about it technically for a moment.
Okay.
Very good, yeah. So, and the slur, of course, helps us at the end, too, to get back to the frog. So, if you do that, and then you're still separate bows, right? So you want to have direction. And to have direction, that means you have to actually move your bow in a direction rather than keeping it in the same place. If we keep it in the same place, it comes out sounding the same. But if you have, and you see how my bow moved a little bit towards the frog, then you hear that motion. So try that. So again, from the first bar. Right, better. So yeah, so then what we have to try to have not be too incredibly different sounding is suddenly the slurs sound so much better than what we did at the separate bows, right? Right? So maybe the length of the separate bows has to be more connected, so essentially more legato between the notes, and also maybe just more direction in the line, so you're supporting your sound into the third bar.
All right.
Yeah, and actually work your way back to the frog if you can. Once more. Better. I would recommend like not getting too far out in the bow on that low C. So we have maybe stay about half the bow or so. I'm not exactly sure what bowing you're doing, but if you're ever having one single 16th note, you want to use exactly a quarter of the bow you would use for 4 slurred 16th notes. Right. You sort of never want to, because it always sticks out, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's sort of nothing we can do to avoid this. I'm going to make you a little louder. Nothing we can do to avoid the sticking out.
Right.
except by controlling our bow. Yeah, so just try it once more. Try from the second bar, going into the third. Right, okay, so you're doing all slurred once you get to the third bar. That's fine. So but the same thing is true if you use the same amount of bow, it's going to come out sounding the same. So if your idea is to make a sort of growth to the top E before you do the descending scale once more, start with less bow, and you're going up, use more, and then work your way back. Try that.
All right.
Better. So do you hear it, and do you feel now there's quite a much bigger range and better phrasing than what came out the first time you played it?
Yeah, I definitely feel it.
Yeah, okay, good. That means, so that's important. So all that happens. So what we need to do with our bows is to paint the picture of what we want our phrasing to be. And to do that, we literally have to move the bow in a way that allows that our musical feeling to come through. So we can feel all we want to feel, but if we don't actually do something with our bow, it's never going to come out. So we can emote all we want, but if we don't actually do it here, then it won't happen. So let's go on, and we'll get a couple of more things that will help. So start in that bar. Good. So what do you so that's a sequence, right?
Yeah.
We have bars that repeat, and we have two bars in the same key before it changes key again, right? And do we have rhythm in this too? We have so we have that, and we have the sequence of keys. And we have that rhythm. And I think we want to bring all of those things out. So think in 2-bar phrases. And I personally think of a diminuendo through those 8 bars. But, yeah. Very nice. Okay, so that sequence, or that section has now brought us into a transition for something else that's now building up, right? So we've come down. We're going to start at a lower point. And now harmonically we get more complicated. another phrase length of 8 measures, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, of 8 measures.
Yeah.
So we want to have in our minds these sections and how they relate to each other, and then how eventually we're going to put them all together to maintain a nice architecture through the movement.
Right.
Yeah. So let's start at this low point. So where in those 8 bars is the top of it dynamically?
Maybe at the like the D minor.
So soon, you think? I think maybe here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you only gave yourself like the 3 measures to. So I think it goes on a little bit longer. So just try it once more, really making yourself go all the way to the 6th bar.
All right.
Good, better, much better. And now we have what I think of as so I think it's sort of hypnotizing. Yum, be-dum, ba-dim. So we want to feel. A little bit sort of maybe ominous is a good word.
Yeah.
A little bit spookier, right? With the minor harmony and the pulsing and that pulsing dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try that. That's the idea. And the say continues that way, but sort of in reverse. So if the first 4 bars, which are ascending, you can't talk and play at the same time, they're ascending, right? And the second 4 bars are descending, or the second 3 bars are descending. Maybe from here, maybe that's the top of your dynamic phrase, right? And then it goes down, taking you to the. And this, I think, especially important not to have it sound like too many 16th notes. So sort of keeping your bow moving and opening as it goes to the top. So try once more from here. And let it grow just a little bit to the 4th bar. a little bit of. So how I think about the bow is, and letting these. So I'm allowing the bow to move a little bit more as I go over to the A string, but no extra pressure.
Okay.
Right, so letting it ring. So it feels like actually feels more like this. So just try it right on that. Good. That was better. And then when you get to the slurs, really let the bow move, really use the whole bow. So I would, try to work my way out a bit. And then, so use about half the bow in this measure, and the other half in this measure. Can you start two bars before you have your first slur? I'm sorry, my bar numbers are cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good, very good. So when you get to again, so when the bow is going to travel, then move back, move back, move back, because you want to be mostly as you want the depth. You want the depth on those slurred chords. Nice, we're getting a little slideshow in the background there. So on the separate notes, work your way back to the frog. Did you just try there?
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry, so as this passage is going on, increase the amount of bow you use, so you increase the amount of sound you're creating.
Okay.
Good, and so at the end, really be using your whole bow.
Okay.
Yeah. And don't force. I have to say that bowing for this middle section couldn't be more difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult bowing. I personally slur all 4 of the notes. One of those two.
Yeah.
Because this one gets very difficult to keep the sound and to make it organ-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that single bow, because you're just always, all you're worrying about is not running out of bow at the tip.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I would ask if your teacher if you can change your bowing.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. But I'll leave that between you and your teacher. But what I like to hear here is this organ sound. Sorry. So we get really here like a huge organ.
Okay.
And then it comes down. And all of this keeps descending back until you finally get back to C major. And now with all of these, again, ascending scales, letting it grow. And then now I hear every time I play this movement, when I get right here, I hear my teacher, Orlando Cole, going 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. So we have to somehow allow the chords to carry over the rests as we do this progression. So you then arrive at C major. And now we're just emphasizing. Right, so we just want to keep that open feeling in C major. Right. Try it for me from now. I have measure numbers on this page from bar 71, okay, which should be in my opinion piano.
Yeah.
Good, Collin. So make sure that you're always growing when you have those sweeps.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing them all separate. Are you doing them all separate?
At 70, yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. So, don't let go. Don't let your energy out. 2, 3. 2, 3. Keep that arm active.
Right.
letting that release. So when you're doing your bowing is that right? So try not to poke that single note, right? Yeah, good. So also catching the chord. Don't be in too much of a hurry. Let's hear the bass of the chord as well.
All right.
That's good, much better. Okay, Collin, do you have any questions?
I find like when I'm doing that part, I can't really like get into.
That's kind of what you need to do. You're playing the whole, you're trilling on both notes. So you need to bring your elbow forward. And so your second finger can basically reach behind and on top of your first finger. Yeah, so you're holding the B with the first finger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you use 2 and 3. So your second finger kind of has to just smush on top of your first finger to play in tune, right? So to get that, so without it being like, really uncomfortable, bring your elbow forward so that you can reach behind your finger.
Okay.
Try that.
Oh, and for the trill, I'm just holding.
You can do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Either one works for me.
yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful to hear you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you much for playing.
Thank you to Collin, and I neglected to let everyone know his teacher is Thomas Crin, is also a student of Orlando Cole. So we're keeping it flowing. Our next performer is Julie Chen. Julie will be playing the Kabalevsky Concerto, the first movement. Her teacher is Heye Ni, and she'll be accompanied by Joo-hee Kim. So, Julie? We're getting it hooked up again, Marcy. So
Yeah, I just lost video.
yeah, cable.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, Judy, very good. Very good. Do you like to play fast? Kind of, yeah. Yeah. So sometimes I felt like it got a little bit away from you in terms of tempo, because sometimes we couldn't hear all of the notes, and that made it hard for your pianist to be with you all the time. Right? Yeah. So it rushes a little bit. I think in general, so it's interesting because it's a very exciting movement, but the beginning is march tranquillo. If you look at the part, it's march tranquillo. It's allegro, but tranquillo. Should be maybe slightly. Maybe just a little off the edge of the tempo that you took. Can you try it? See if we can do that, or at least even if it's not slower, make sure that it's a character rather than something that just pushes. Yeah, you can play the 4 bars. It's fine. Oh, good. So I already like it better. I feel like those get really mushed together. I kind of want to hear the 16th notes. You try it once more. Better. Much better. Much, much better. So now, as it goes on, maybe. And then maybe here. Some of that excitement that you're feeling, maybe it can start coming in here. Yeah, so start from the low note. And singing, very singing. Okay, so a couple of things. One is I don't hear those notes at all. It just sounds like that. So can maybe just play by yourself right there? Good, yeah. then especially when you get to here, I feel like this, that the up bows get poked a little too much. Maybe you can maybe even vibrate a little bit on the eighth note. Good, and be even more expressive on those things, so that there's two ideas. Yeah, let's play it together from. Good. Could you try, when you do this, to be further out in the bow? So you're really up in at the tip when you're playing the arpeggio. Just do it by yourself a little slower from there. Yeah, do when you draw the move the bow out. Yeah. How does that feel? It might. What it does is gives us a little more clearance, and it should be a little more brilliant sound. So it should have a little more power to it than what you're doing now. Try it once more just to practice it. Again. Okay. All right, let's do from 47. That's just before, so maybe better from there. That maybe you know where that is better. Sorry, yeah. So I don't know if you heard what I was talking to Collin. If you use the same amount of bow all the time, it's going to come out sounding pretty much the same. So even on a beautiful melody like this, you don't really need your whole bow for that. try to sculpt the phrase with your bow. Better. And we just want to make that as singing and as touching as we possibly can. So I also try not to be in too much of a hurry while you're playing it. So it's not a matter of changing the tempo, but just don't feel nervous while you're playing it. Try to be more warm, with more warmth and more embrace to it. Try it once more. Good, yeah. Yeah, not too fast. So we want to hear those notes. Right? And then I think also, it's interesting harmonies. If it goes by too quickly, we don't get time to enjoy it. Uh-huh. I mean, this you could actually connect. Right, so it's all that. So we hear all of that as one line. Can you do that from keep going. So let's come in just where and very cantabile. I think you can be a little bit slower. It's okay. Good. So maybe a little more shape coming up and down on those scales, on those arpeggios. So a little bit more. So a little more dip at the bottom, turning it around. The first time too. First time too, but let's do the last one. Let's do from that entrance, yeah. You can start at bar 156. Yeah, so here in this section that we've just come to now, I felt maybe you got too fast too soon, and these if you could try more in the middle of the bow, so you use a little bit more bow on all of the 16th notes. Does that make sense? So let's try it from here. But maybe don't push too much too soon. If you can do it in tiers, like each entrance is a little bit quicker than the one before. Good. Sorry. Try that out in the bow. Not here, but here. Better. Does that feel better? Yeah, I think it sounds a little bit better because here we get a little scratchy, and out here we can have just a little more focus in the sound. Yeah, try it one more time from that con fuoco from there in the middle of the bow, and also when you get. Make sure you articulate the bow changes a little bit. So the same thing, I'm sorry, try that. Don't be in a hurry. Enjoy it. Singing and filling out the beats. Okay, Julie, thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
Marcy, thank you once again. We all thank you. Let's all thank her one more time.
Always a pleasure to hear the students there. Everybody's so top notch. It's great to hear everybody.
We're very happy whenever we can get you to come, even if it's this way. We're going to get you sometime when you're coming through town again. But anyway, it's nice to have you through this medium. And I got to send them all off to their other ensemble. Thank you so much, and we'll see you the next time.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All the-
Like,